How are you doing? It's January 20th evening. As we prepare for this snow, ice, wintry mix, Arctic storm, whatever is coming our way on tomorrow, here in Georgia, I am reminded of, I think, 2014, 2015, when Atlanta basically shut down because of snow and ice and wintry mix on the highway. And I was one of those, and it took me 3 hours to get home. So I learned from that lesson that if I'm ever stuck in my vehicle again, some things I want to make sure that I have in my vehicle. Now, this is not all inclusive anything, and everybody's situation is different according to who you travel with, how far you travel, what you're traveling in, etc., etc. But I just wanted to bring mine out of the Jeep and just see if I'm prepared, and maybe hopefully it can help you with things maybe you might need to keep in your vehicle in case of snow, ice, wintry mix, etc., etc. So let's just start. All right. First, I have this wool blanket. Now, this wool blanket came from U-Haul, and they sell them for like $5. Well, it used to be about $5. I don't know how much it is now, but it's a wool blanket. So I keep that in the vehicle. Now, in the vehicle, before we go any further, I just want everyone to know, in my vehicle, I do have jumper cables, a jump starter, fix a flat, in the event I cannot do my own tire, but I just need something to hurry up and get home. I also carry like a three drawer little item in the back, and inside of the each drawer is different things. So when we got stuck in the snow years ago, we got stuck with children in the car. So I said from that time, I'm going to make sure I have some emergency protein bars, noodles, honey, peanut butter, and of course, water. I always keep a cooler in the car as well. And sometimes the cooler comes in handy for grocery, but a lot of times I keep water inside the cooler. All right. I thank you all for being with me on this evening. Before we even get into that, hat. You always need a good thermal hat. Mine has hay on it because I've been getting hay for the dogs. These right here. Don't judge my boots. Don't judge my boots. Because we've seen a lot of days, woods, cold, years and years. So make sure you have you a comfortable pair of tennis shoes or boots. I just choose boots because that's just me. And it helps me feel like when I'm traveling through things with tennis shoes, like what if you have to go through the woods and you have all those little things on your feet, the little things that stick to your socks or sticker bars or anything. I just think boots are safer than the tennis shoes. All right, but again, everybody has their own preference. Now, let's see how I can do this. I could not figure out how to get on my laptop doing it, so I'm just gonna make do. All right, so in this side of let me just show you the bag first of all. All right, just a basic old bag. It was one my sons had and no longer wanted because they wanted the name brand bags. So they had to make some money and pay for their own bag. But in the meantime, I kept the bag that they did not want. So on the side pocket, water. Always, always need water. And even though we have the water in the cooler, I always like to have a bottle of water in my book bag. Now, This can be your stay in the vehicle bag, or it can be your get out of the vehicle and get home bag. But you just need to make sure that you pack it according to your circumstance. All right, inside of my pocket, I have electrolytes to go inside the water. I also have these by American Red Cross. It's some more electrolytes. Plus, it gives the water flavor. So this is just what I use. Now, you all can use what you want to use, but one of my new Year's goals is to increase my water intake. So in order to help me reach my water intake, I use these. And I love the fact that they come in the back. They come with different flavors. Oh, I see some comments. Love the energy. Thank you, Joe. What's the bag for? This is my stay in the car bag with this wintry mix that's coming up. My stay in the car bag to have everything that we need in the car as much as possible, or my get home bag is totally up to the situation. All right, lip gloss. That's some Tylenol cold and flu, because that's what I'm dealing with right now. All right, so that's one side pocket. All right, in the front pocket. Lights. You always need as many lights as possible. Always, always, always. A utility knife. This one right here has a little light on the end of it. It's just an off-grid tool knife. It has the light. It has the belt clip. It has a window breaker on the other side. And this pocket. Socks, socks, and more socks. And when you're wearing boots, I always think you need at least 2 pairs of socks. So I have socks, I have gloves, I have a pair of spandex pants, and another pair of spandex pants. Let's see what's in here. Okay, inside here, I have gum, Benadryl, because I don't know if you all deal with it, but when you get in a 40 and 50 up club, all of a sudden things that you were never allergic to, you begin to be allergic to. All right, then I have some anti-diarrhea medication, cough and flu, just different ones. Allergy, Allegra, Gas X. What is this one? Aleve, that's supposed to last 12 hours. A lighter, you'll probably see a lighter in every pouch, because I always think you always need a lighter for all types of situations, whether it's to start fire or just multiple reasons for a lighter. All right, so on this side, I have the sanitizer that always hangs out on the outside of the bag. Hello there, King. How are you? On this side, gloves. Always, always need gloves. Then I have some more little packs of things. Again, these little Red Cross items right here, the ones that I showed you earlier, I'm in love with these things. They help the water taste better. It's like my new soda. Since I'm trying to give up soda, it's like my new soda. And then this one is by a brand called Cure Electrolyte Drink Mix. They don't taste so great, but they do give you electrolytes. Not like the Red Cross ones though. And all of these you can find on Amazon. And this one right here is just some things to keep you awake. Because if you're on the side of the road stuck in snow, you still may just want to be alert and oriented to what's going on around you, because other people start getting out of their vehicles and visiting others. So therefore, you always want to make sure that you have everything nice and concealed for your I'm trying to figure out a nice way to say this, but in the event somebody comes to your vehicle, you need to be able to protect yourself. I'll just leave it like that. Also, this right here, it's tea, some caffeine, sanitizer wipes, beef jerky, different things to eat on. So whether it's you by yourself or you with someone else, children always get hungry. And a good way in the case of emergency when you're stuck on the side of the road is to give them something to eat, something to do that will reduce all the questions that they are asking. Give them something to concentrate on so they're not asking questions about what's happening that you don't know the answer to just yet. All right, so each one is kind of color coded. This one right here is sanitary needs. So inside the sanitary needs, we have Kleenex tissue. And these little things right here, this is actually tissue, you all. It's actually tissue. Deodorant. I also have batteries for another flashlight that's on the inside. So I try to keep those little flashlights in every single bag, just in case. Inside this bag, more sanitary items. So you have your wipes, you have cleansing wipes, you have gloves, you have tissue, you have sanitary pad. It's not called pads. It's like undergarments, but they're padded. So they're made for people with urinary incontinence, or I once had them for my pops before he died for Alzheimer's, because he was no longer able to control himself when we went out. So we kept some of these to put them in our emergency kits in case someone ever needs them. So not only do I have the napkins and stuff for the girls, but I also have these padded undergarments, tissue, and gloves. Inside this one, an empty bottle. Now the empty bottle is to collect water. Then once you collect the water, inside of here, I have a water filter. So say you're around a water source, but the water source is not so clean. You run out of water that's in your cooler. You run out of water that's on the side of your bag, and it's just in your vehicle. But you still want to remain in your vehicle and just try to go find some water and go back to your vehicle. Or you could collect the water in here, and then you would take the straw and put the straw inside of the water, which will help cleanse the water so that you can drink the water. Then I have some more of the hydrites with just different ones. This one is, rehydration electrolytes. So that goes back in there. Duct tape. You can never not need duct tape. It comes in handy for shelter, for maybe blocking the windows inside the vehicle to keep the wind out until you can get out of the vehicle. It comes in handy for multiple reasons. In this one, there's a bunch of different kinds of medicine. You have allergy, you have, well, it's the off-brand of Benadryl, which is diphenhydramine. If I'm ever with hubby or anyone else that needs an extra glucose shot, that's what this is for. Pause in the event of allergic reactions. You have an EpiPen. Cough drops, because if you're on the side of the road, someone may have a cold or may be coming down with a cold. Lots and lots of wipes. So in that 3-drawer unit that I was telling you about, I have the large thing of wipes, but I try to keep some of these wipes, the smaller size, in each one of the little compartments. Sanitizer, chapstick. Yes, you probably see a lighter because, like I said, a lighter is inside each one. This is just a multi-tool. Different multiple tools on it in case you need anything, cut anything. That comes nice and handy. Here is another water collection. You can go and scoop up water in here, or once you use that other water container and filter it out, you can put the water in here. This is in case somebody else needs some extra water. With that being said, inside this bag also has a bladder. So here is the bladder that goes inside this bag. And to think, my son did not want this bag. And it had the actual bladder in it. But I guess it wasn't cool enough for him. So this is the bladder. Next, we have the emergency reflective tent. So remember, you may be inside of your vehicle. So that's what this is for. However, if you need to get out of the vehicle and use this bag to get home, in the event you need to stop somewhere, you have a reflective tent. I have another one of the water collectors. A larger bag of the wet wipes. All right, inside of this Faraday bag, I have my old iPhone. Wow, look at this, you all. It says July the 5th, but the battery is just now going down. So, who would have known that a Faraday could maybe extend the battery life of an appliance as well as help save it? Interesting. So I will be recharging this, and the reason that I have an old phone, in the event my phone goes out, my extra charger goes out before the solar power charges it again, I would have an additional phone, and hopefully there's Wi-Fi somewhere that we can call for extra help. So that's the purpose of having an extra phone. Inside of this one is actually my electronic bag. So I have lots of different cords, not only for mine, but I also have for the kids, for their iPads, their iPhones. I have another flashlight, just a different kind of flashlight. And like I said, I try to keep a flashlight and a lighter inside each pouch. Extra adapters, because when children run out of their technology, OMG, they will ask you 50 million questions that you don't know the answer to. How long are we going to be stuck in the snow? How long is it going to take somebody? Can we walk to the nearest Burger King? Can we do this? Can we do that? So to reduce all that, if you have snacks in the bag, that helps keep everyone quiet. And if people have things to do, that helps them with spending the extra time. So for children, I've learned to keep coloring books and crayons in the car just in case. What if the electronics die? You want to always occupy their minds. So give them crayons and the coloring book. Binoculars. Binoculars, because I always like to see what's behind, what's in front of us, as far as I can possibly see. You know how sometimes people get stuck on the expressway because of an accident or the snow, like in 2014? People always want to walk to find out what's happening way ahead or way behind them. So if I'm not up high in my Jeep and I'm down lower in a another vehicle, then this can help extend your eyes to see beyond what's right in front of you. My next pouch, yes, I have many pouches inside the bag. All right, this one I call the shelter bag. Sanitizer, of course. Some more wipes. These are the rescue blankets. See that? It's the full Mylar rescue blankets. So again, if you're inside the vehicle, this can help to keep you warm. And I try to have enough for at least 5 of us, because it's 5 of us normally traveling. So everybody will have their own. Again, this is toilet tissue. These hot hands. You can keep hot hands in your pockets. You can keep hot hands and put them in your socks, in your shoes, to help keep your feet warm. So when it's cold, 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 and you get stuck in a vehicle that's in ice and snow, one of the first things that you feel is super cold feet. So this right here can be a lifesaver if you put it down in your boots or in your tennis shoes. And you can also put them in your pockets. Another way to keep warm is take the hot hands out and put it underneath your arm. That helps. As well as if you have a hat on, make sure you put it up top. That can also keep the heat in. And you want to keep as much heat in as possible. Layer, layer, layer. That's why it's important to keep extra change of clothes in the car, so that you can layer, layer, layer in the event that you're stuck on the expressway in the middle of ice, cold snow. So I have lots of hot hands in here. I keep a bucket in the car. It's a regular, just Lowe's bucket. And inside that bucket is where I keep the jumper cables and things like that. Well, in the case of emergency, if you keep a trash bag, like some contractor trash bags, in the bucket, you can use that bucket to use the restroom. And this is to go on the outside of that. Then you have your wipes, you have your tissue, you have everything you need. And then you take the bag, tie up the bag and put the bag somewhere, and you still have your bucket. All right. Along with that, soap. But this bag is just filled with the hot hands, the tissue, all of that. Again, I try to have enough for 5 people. Ooh, this is for the kiddies, not necessarily for the adults. But we have pistachio, we have Cheetos, we have noodles. This is a protein bar. They love this stuff right here. Tagine that they put on everything. Some M&Ms. So just some treats to help ease the mind of the kids. This one is for people who have contacts. If you wear contacts, you always want to make sure you keep an extra case inside of your get home bag or your stay in a vehicle bag, because you never know when you might need to take your contacts out. So you have your case, you have your drops for your eyes inside of here. And then you always make sure you keep extra glasses. If you wear glasses, it's good always to keep one in the vehicle, one at home, one at work, just so that you always have the ability to put on your glasses and see whatever it is that you need to see. This is just some additional medicines: Zyrtec, Benadryl, hydrocortisone cream, Neosporin, the eye drops, another little deodorant, soap. So I really have 3 hygiene packs, which that's pretty good because I'm packing for 5 people. Yes, this is a drop cloth. But again, the drop cloth can be used if you're stuck inside your vehicle on snow and icy road and don't know how long it's going to take to get rescued. A drop cloth will really come in handy to help keep some of the wind, along with the duct tape, out of your vehicle to keep your vehicle nice and warm. That way, you only have to turn your vehicle on maybe every other hour just to give it a little heat, and it will help hold the heat inside. Now, I am no expert, but being on the side of the road did teach me a lot of things. A fogger, in case there was any insects or anything. The reason why I had the fogger is because on the side of the road, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't anything that would come out of the woods when I'm using the restroom. So it also acted as kind of like a self-defense pepper spray, because in the event I'm sitting there and I'm trying to do my thing and something comes out, I can easily spray, and that will detour whatever it is with the insect spray. Because I may have given my pepper spray to my daughter, because you always want to be on guard even when you're using the bathroom, because you never know. Coffee. So along with the water that you have in the back, you'll have your coffee and cream if you do coffee and cream. This right here, I'm not going to show you the other side of it, but this also acts as if anybody gets some cuts and scrapes for you to clean it out. Oh wow, I didn't know I had 2 duct tapes, but again, you can never use enough duct tape. Let's see. I have a larger Faraday bag in the event everybody realizes that it's more than what they say it is, and you see vehicles on the side of the road. We're not talking about now ice and snow, but I'm talking about if you happen to be driving along and all of a sudden cars stop, music stops, everything stops. It might be a tad bit too late, but that is what this is for. This is a Faraday bag. Google it, you'll learn more about it. Last but not least, Okay, this is just a black tablecloth on the inside of here. So this black tablecloth can be used to put down for anything you need to put something on top of. It can be used to help put together with the duct tape for shelter. It can be used to help keep the wind out of the vehicle. And is that about it? That is about it. So again, inside your vehicle, just in case, please try to prepare as much as possible. Not only for you, but for who you will be traveling with and who you may have to pick up. So just make sure you have some basic things that you need in your vehicle. The boots or tennis shoes for you to walk, water for you to drink, any type of health aid, first aid, medicines that people need. If they have low sugar, something that can bring their sugar up. If they have high sugar, hopefully you have some insulin. Flashlights in the event it's nighttime and you can't get home. Weapons, whatever weapon you choose to have, but hopefully you have multiple. Medications, creams, anything that you need to keep in your vehicle to help you survive 2 or 3 days in the event it's cold, ice, and snow, and you're stuck on the expressway or on the side of the road. Your vehicle is working fine. It's just because of the ice and the snow that you have to stay in your vehicle. So as much as you possibly can to keep in the heat. So that's the drop cloths, that's the tape to keep the air out. And maybe you can turn the vehicle on every 30 minutes to an hour just to heat it up, something that will keep the heat inside. Make sure you have some non-perishable foods in your vehicle. Like I was telling you earlier, I have a three drawer item with peanut butter, honey, noodles, protein bars on the inside. Those things can really come in handy if you're stuck in your car for 2 days and can't get home because of the snow and the ice. I thank you for tuning in. No, I do not have an all-inclusive bag. This is just some of the things that I have accumulated, but please feel free to tell me anything that you feel that's important to keep in the vehicle in case you get stuck in the snow on the side of the road. Now, I'm not talking about the basic things that we should already have, like some water, the jumper cables, first aid kit, but I'm talking about some of the things that I just talked about earlier. Let's see, any comments? I thank you for tuning in this evening. Please leave a comment as to what you have in your vehicle, just in case. What do you think should be placed in the vehicle, just in case someone gets stuck, stranded on the side of the road? Your vehicle is working. You just can't get home because of snow and ice on the side of the road. Please drop it in the comments and tell me what you think. This is my first live, so please excuse how I couldn't put the items up close. Have a great rest of the night. Let's see. Hi King. Hi Robinson. And Swanson. Thank you very much for tuning in and have a blessed rest of the night. How do I? Okay. How do I? Turn this off.
chat filter